All right, what's up, friends? I'm Henry. That's Jason. And it feels so good to have a guest again. It's been too long. Tobe, new center at Tennessee. What's up, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
Forward, get it right, man. Forward. Damn.
Off the top, my fault. But Tobe, like I just said, I heard a lot about you over the years, all the work you put in at Cardinal Hayes, all the great things you did to get to where you are at right now at Rocky Top.
Mhm.
But one of the questions I had, I followed your recruiting process a good bit towards the end. And it felt like it was going to be, mid-major, high mid-major, mid-major. And then at the last minute, the Tennessee stuff worked out and you ended up there. Just talk about what it's been like so far because we're only in November. The season just started. What's it been like so far?
It's been really interesting. I think towards the end of my recruitment, a lot of bigger name schools started reaching out. I had a good few games on the AAU circuit for EYBL, so that sort of skyrocketed my recruitment. So schools like Tennessee started reaching out, Seton Hall, Stanford, Maryland, schools like that. So yeah, just sort of my notoriety sort of increased. So yeah, but I think just from day one, talking to Coach Barnes, talking to their staff, he was just really authentic in what he had to say. He told me the truth. He didn't really try to gloss over everything. He was real honest, and I think that's sort of why I fell in love with Tennessee as a whole in terms of basketball. And then just as a school, their fan base is great, really supportive.
Football popping over there too,
Yeah,
Tobe.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Popping.
The culture
Number
overall.
11 be catching 6 TDs every Sunday, every Saturday.
Nah, yeah. The culture overall is great. It's like people really do show up for all sporting events, football, basketball, soccer, whatever. So like the culture around the university is really great. And I think that's just one of the things that helped me make my choice in Tennessee.
Jay, I know you got some, but let me ask a few more here. What talk about your relationship with Rick Barnes? Because I always felt he was one of the real ones in the game. Always
But,
respected his style and how he recruited. What's your relationship with him like?
it's been pretty strong. I think he knows that coming in as a freshman, experience wise in terms of basketball and just sort of high level play, I haven't really been exposed to it for that long. I'm still raw in my abilities and talents, and he's just been helping me string along new skills, increase confidence, stuff like that. I think he thinks that physically, like I'm stronger than I think. I have more abilities than I may have confidence in now. So he's just trying to help me, grow that. And he's really the type of coach I was surprised that like he'll really like be in the gym with you. Like he's not in the office.
Rick Barnes. Shout out to Rick Barnes. He
Yeah,
get it
nah,
done.
yeah, he's not like sitting around in the office. He's not at home. Like he's like really in the gym, whether it be 8 a.m. or 9 p.m. He's really in there with his players, and that's something I've come to really respect.
Fuck with that.
Does he guard you? Does he guard up 90 feet like Jason did?
Nah. I think he's past those days right now. But nah, yeah, like we'll be going through drills. He's helped me a lot with my shooting form and free throws and all that. So I think I've come a long way with that. But yeah, nah, he's really been in the gym helping me with my game. From since I got here till now.
All right, I got a boring question, but I got to ask it because it's one of the things Jason, like I said, I had always heard about you for years through Jason, never actually met you. But one of the
Right.
things it was almost like the first thing he always told me was about the academics. And you were in that program at Cardinal Hayes.
McCoy
You got a
program.
4.5 GPA at Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx. How has Tennessee been academically for you?
Academically, it's been pretty smooth, to be honest. Nothing too crazy. Uh,
What are you
I've had
studying?
kinesiology right now with a minor in business. Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been too crazy. It's been
Proud of my
manageable.
boy.
Um, like I've had like maybe like one difficult math class. That was a bit hard, but that's pretty much it. Everything else has been pretty smooth. But yeah, it's mostly been the basketball part. Like really, like school is kind of like the break from everything, and the
Mhm.
basketball, you know, more so a job and all that.
Yeah. Were you at the Alabama game?
Yes, I was.
How
That
crazy?
was like that has to be the craziest like sporting event scene I've ever seen in my life.
That you ever went to in your life?
It was absurd. Absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So let me ask you, Tobe,
Yep.
what would you say was the hardest transition from Cardinal Hayes High School to the University of Tennessee?
I think it's the speed of the game.
The speed of the game?
Yeah. I think the physicality I was sort of built for, but I think just the speed in the game. And when I say speed of the game, I don't mean just like running up and down the floor, but like making quick decisions on offense and defense. Knowing when to screen for your man, knowing when to cut, when to set a ball screen, stuff like that. And also just learning the offense. Because in college it's not like so much set plays, it's more reads on offense. So they'll call it set.
You got to react, yeah.
But if somebody denies the first option, you're automatically going to the second option.
Gotta have a counter.
Exactly. So I think that's one of the things that's been like the biggest adjustment for me.
Yeah, academics been easy.
Academics, no problem. Yeah.
Nah.
Boy's a genius. Boy's about to be a doctor player in the NBA or some shit. He's gonna be the doctor for the team, and he's gonna be a player. Come on, bro.
Tobe, let me ask you this, because they Jason can attest to this, but they always said I kind of played a lot like Serge Ibaka, just my explosiveness, my ability to rebound. And I see in your game, I noticed you a bit of a board man yourself. You be eating glass kind of like how I used to back in the day. Has the physicality like just been seamless with you on the glass, or has it been tough at times? Be honest.
At times it's been tough. So like one of the seniors on the team, Uroš Plazvik, he's 7 feet, like 270 pounds. And I remember like first day, and I remember the first day of practice trying to box him out. I was like, wow. Like it's not like the Catholic League at all. EYBL.
Not even like the EYBL.
Nah, there's nobody his size in the EYBL. But I think for the past few months, it's been really good for me just to go against somebody bigger. I
mean, you didn't go against anybody bigger in high school at all.
Your
whole 4 years.
Yeah.
I met Tobe when he was an 8th grader coming into Cardinal Hayes. He was gonna be a freshman. He was wearing size 14. I remember this like it was yesterday. And Tyrese's dad, Troy, he was like, man, this kid's gonna be that guy. You gotta fuck with him. He's wearing size 14. I looked at his feet. I said, oh, what size you wearing now, Tobe?
16, 17. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Jay, when did the light bulb go on for you with Tobe? When did you know he was gonna be the player he is?
I'd say just having conversations with him. Tobe he's 1 percentile with this. You understand? Not too many kids talk, carry themselves, treat the game the way he does. So when he just talked to me about goals in his mind and what he did and didn't want, I haven't really heard too many kids speak like that. So for me, it was one of whatever Tobe says he wants for himself, I'm gonna go through the wall to try to make it happen for him without anybody else. Like I'm not really concerned with what other people's goals are for him because everybody has their own agenda, and we know that. And for us, it's all about him and his family. Like I told him from day one, I don't want or need anything from you. We just trying to make sure you the best version of yourself. And I think he did that. I mean, he's getting 28 points and 17 rebounds, and they don't even record the 10 blocks he gets. Come on. We're not even going to talk about that. It's like, come on. He's dominating the game on both ends. People say, oh, when y'all play this school, they're going to beat you. And then we play them, and we beat the shit out of them. Look, thank you, Tobe. Make sure y'all get that. That's because let's not get up. Oh, Tobe, hold on. This is another one. Thank you. Thank you. let's not get it up, man. We got 2 of them things because of him. So it's real strong over there on that side.
Yeah.
I had a question for you, Tobe, though.
Go ahead.
The work ethic part, right? I'm really interested to hear about that because You travel 2 hours every day to school.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would travel 2 hours just to work out sometimes when you didn't
Mm-hmm.
have school. Or
Right.
sometimes you do both in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So as an outsider looking in, we know your work ethic is there.
Mm-hmm.
But how easy is it at Tennessee because you already had that sort of mindset before you got to a high major program?
Yeah, nah, he was more so when adversity hit because I think every freshman's gonna hit a slump where it's like, the grind of college is different. Like even, with me working hard, my 4 years and all that, like college when I first got here was still tough, just in terms of how they work. Because like with me traveling all that while, like there were certain stresses my body didn't really go through in terms of and just skill work and all that stuff. So waking up at 8, having your individual workout, going to study hall.
Is it not the same as waking up at 4? And
No,
then
no, no, no. But I'm saying that was more I guess mental. But
okay.
here it's more physical. So it's like waking up at 8, doing your individual, going to study hall, and then going to weights right after. After weights, we might have film, and then after film, we have practice for however long. Like it wasn't more so. Let's say in high school, I wasn't doing it as consistently just because of how far
Right.
it was from me.
Right.
So doing
You
that
did
every
it as much as you could.
exactly, yeah. So doing that every day, my body was hurting, pains, and all that stuff. I was getting used to it, getting in better shape because being in high school shape and college shape are two way
Way
different.
different. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I remember when you first got to Tennessee after about maybe 2 weeks, I called you. You said to me, Jay, I realized why most people can't go high major.
yeah.
It's not for everybody. When you
Uh,
told me that, I couldn't stop crying, laughing.
yeah.
Explain, please, elaborate. Why isn't this shit for everybody?
It's just a different mentality. Like you have to have a different mentality coming in, and I guess that's what my 4 years at Hayes really helped me through. Because I think mentally I was just like come hell or high water, I'm gonna get through it regardless. I went through a lot for 4 years in high school, so like college is not gonna be the end of it for me. Um, I'm still gonna grow. I'm still gonna make something out of myself here. Um,
I love that attitude.
yeah. So it was just the consistency in terms of the work, and sort of the wear it puts on your body, especially as a freshman, and just getting used to it. But yeah, I think I've definitely improved through that for the past few months. Like my vert has gone up a lot. I think my strength has gone up. I wasn't really lifting weights like that in high
True
school.
story. You wasn't.
Um, like I might do some dumbbell stuff here and there, but being on the full weight program and all that. So yeah, it's just been different overall.
Can you take me through like a Rick Barnes practice, like how intense it is?
It's very intense. I don't think anybody really coaches like him that I've experienced. He's a very demanding coach, but obviously in a good way. Like he really preaches like paying attention to details and just executing at a high level. That's his main concern. And like one thing I realized was like in practice, like playing hard is like the bare minimum. Like if you're not
Like you're
playing,
supposed, that's expected.
yeah, like it's not even like, oh, good job, you're playing hard. Like no, you're supposed to do that.
Got here.
So, so it's like everything is done with intensity, whether it be the warm up to hey, we're taking a break, get water to we're shooting free throws. Everything is done intentionally. There's no wasted time. And then when we're scrimmaging, going up and down, it's hard. Um, it's hard. It's intense. Um, and just like let's say he's calling sets, he'll draw stuff up on the board, sort of like mimicking like a timeout during a game. He's trying to get us used to like thinking on the fly, picking stuff up quick, and then applying it to the court and all that. So yeah, it's like his practices are definitely a challenge physically and mentally, but once once game time comes, you feel fully prepared because it's like I don't think anything in the game is going to be as hard as practice because practice is really war, especially during preseason. He'll test
Fighting for a spot.
exactly. Yeah, he'll test us with longer practices, or we might go up and down for a little bit. We might run like a 33, up back, and then we go right back into it. But it's just him testing.
Explain to the followers what
Yeah.
a 33 is, because most people don't know.
So 33 is 33 seconds up on the clock, and you got to make it down and back the court 3 times in 33 seconds. Yeah.
Tell me, please, how many people don't make it?
No, most of the guys make it. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our team's in very good shape, I would say. Very good shape.
Crazy.
Yeah. But from high school to college, it's just different. Like high school, guys could kind of get away with stuff. Here, it's not. Like, it's not even.
That's
like,
why
what's an example?
Everybody.
What's an example of that?
So let's say showing late. So like, let's say high school, a guy might show late to practice. Coach might be like, all right, just don't let it happen again. Here, it's like you show up late to practice. It's like, yo,
fried.
Yeah, like it's not even like it's not even like don't let it happen again. It's like nah, we got to sit down and talk about what you were doing, blah blah blah. Like yeah, and some
different level.
Yeah.
All right, I got another question for you, and we'll let you get out of here soon. But you Jason talked about his relationship with you for a little bit, and watching you grow up and how hard he trained you. Talk about Jason as a trainer, because I always love hearing what his guys have to say about him and how hard he pushed you.
Jason's a great trainer. He was one of the guys when I was sort of down about myself as a player, and like my recruitment wasn't really where I wanted it to be. He was just one of the guys who was just like, all right, let's get in the gym and do something about it. So yeah, we worked. He helped me mentally in terms of like charting out the game, where to pick my spots up in the court, and just attacking the game from a different approach. And then in terms of just training, like he's definitely more hands-on than any other trainer I've been with or worked out with.
Yeah, he fouls a lot. Yeah.
But he's really active. He'll get into you. He'll play against you. He'll talk trash in your head. Amp you up, stuff like that.
How hard was it for you? How hard was it for you when your recruiting wasn't going well?
It was tough because I felt like I like at a certain point it was like I was sort of doing everything I was kind of supposed to do. And
he was getting a quadruple double damn near, Henry.
Yeah, I was kind of doing everything I was supposed to do. It wasn't getting the same sort of love as other guys. So it was just about staying patient and letting time take its course, and people would eventually start to pick up. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, why does it feel like that always happen to kids in the Bronx? I feel like there's always like a bunch of kids who could totally be getting big time offers like more regularly than they should. And It's like a guy like Tobe, like how does he slip under the cracks?
I think it's politics that go on in the city. And I think like people just sort of people will see something, but until other people validate it, it's sort of just left there. So I think those two things are really the two main things.
This man is well spoken. I knew you'd answer that perfectly. Anyway, Jay, I know you had a question.
I just want to ask you, Tobe, because I'm excited and I'm looking forward. I'm always I'm waiting for your games. I'm checking what you're doing, how many minutes, everything. Where do you see yourself in 4 years? Not where do you see yourself? I'm sorry, let me change that question. What do you want for yourself in 4 years? What is it that you would like to see and say, oh, I did it? Hell yeah.
Well, for starters, it's definitely win a national championship.
That's number one hit list. Okay.
Yeah. And then I just have a great career at the University of Tennessee as a player.
What does a great career look like?
So like, do you want to talk about like averages or like?
Yeah. What numbers you want?
Honestly, double-digit rebounds. To be honest, I know the points will come whenever they come, but yeah, I think in terms of playing at the next level as well, I think rebounding is sort of the key thing that's going to help me get me there. That's something I've sort of hung my hat on um, since I've been playing basketball, really. So I think that's a real key thing. But yeah, double-digit rebounds. Just being an enforcer in the paint, defensively and offensively. Um, Also, I think like in terms of like my dunking ability, I didn't really dunk that much in high school,
Right.
or I did.
Until we started getting into it.
No, yeah, yeah.
Dunk everything on
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah. So like when I say being an enforcer in the paint, sort of adding that as well. Being more emphatic, things like that. But yeah, obviously, make a all SEC team, things of that nature. Be an All American, obviously, all the accolades. I'm just sort
How
of
did how
like
does
just
Tobe get there? What is the one thing he needs to work on the most in order to be that player that he's talking about in 4 years?
uh, probably mindset, to be honest. And when I say that, I mean like
Mental.
just confidence, because I feel like you could practice shooting and all that, you could practice your handle and all that, but if you don't feel confident with it in game, like it's not going to flourish into anything. So I feel like just sort of having that mindset and confidence, it'll trickle down to everything else.
Do you guys have like a sports psychologist coach? I know a lot of teams are starting to do that now. Do you guys do any like mental training?
Not really. I haven't heard of I haven't really heard of any of that, to be honest. Nah, but there are like we definitely do have resources around the university and team that sort of help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ziegler your closest friend on the team?
uh, yeah, I mean, I we're all close, but definitely I knew him beforehand. But no, yeah, he's a great teammate. He was really instrumental in helping me.
He
When I first
helped you get
a lot, yeah, a lot.
perfect.
I
New
mean,
York stick together, baby.
yeah, for sure. He told me it wouldn't be easy, and he was right for sure. But he was there every step of the way, helping me throughout everything.
I love that, man. I love that. I
Yeah,
love that.
what to do,
Damn.
what to do after workouts, how to treat your body, stuff like that. When to not go hard, and then go hard in terms of like getting extra work in and all that. Where to go on the weekends and where not to go. So
Right.
that too. Like he's been big with that kind of stuff.
So let me ask you one last question. I
Yep.
know when you were here, you didn't have a big social life. You were studying every fucking day to get that 4.0. Hence to why you had all the Ivy League schools recruiting you.
Right.
But now that you are there at Tennessee, and
hmm
you're basically your own man when you finish doing all your stuff,
hmm
how was your social life there?
Oh, it's been cool. So it's like when I got on campus, I was surprised at how many people actually already knew me, which is surprising.
Mm,
Yeah, but so school basketball will take up a lot of time, but sometimes me and the guys will go out, hang out, with the other people on campus, things of that nature. But yeah, I think social life, it's definitely expanded a little much more. I have much more free time than I had before. So yeah, I'm still making new connections, stuff, and things like that.
all right. Last question before you get out of here.
Yep,
You
yep.
said to us that you have study hall, you
hmm
have weight room, you have practice, you have film. You named 4 or 5 different things that you must do
hmm
as an athlete at Tennessee. How much time does that take in one day?
Um. Wow.
All of
So
it?
there's 24 hours in the day, and let's say I'll try to sleep 7 or 8 hours, so that's 17 gone right there. So that's basically like 10 hours. 10 maybe.
Sheesh. Heard
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one more. Where you stand on NIL? Have you been exploring any of that stuff, or are you not into that?
I've looked into it a little bit, but I haven't really been focusing on it at all, really, to be
Yo,
honest.
we got you on that. Keep getting right on the court. We're gonna make
Yeah.
sure Tobe's a quadrillionaire, however you spell it.
Yeah, no, I'm more so been focused on my skills developing and all that, and then I know that once I become the best version of myself, all that stuff will come. So
You the man. I love it. Tobe, thanks so much, man.
Tobe Awaka, the one and only.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
Be a friend of a friend, man.